Welcome back to another episode of Rendezvous with Alysia. Today's guest, the awesome country music star, Robbie Harte. Welcome, Robbie.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Robbie. Now, did you find country or did country find you?
Country found me.
Yeah, tell me all about it.
Growing up, I always was drawn to country music for so many reasons. I love the honesty. I love the music. I love the storytelling. And I just really very much connected with that genre of music. But as I got older and began my own musical journey, it really turned out to be the best voice for me to be able to tell my stories.
I remember growing up in country music. I really didn't get into country music. I love Dolly Parton, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Anything that hit the top 40s country, I love. But I found when I was listening to country music, I thought it was depressing. I thought it was who broke whose heart and this, that, and the other thing. The older I got, I learned to appreciate country music and the lyrics and the melodies more and more. And now that I'm in my 50s, it is my go-to station, locked in on the truck. I drive a truck now too. I'm like down south of country girl.
You're country at heart, girl.
I really am. I need a hat like you. I love that hat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Now, when I met you, we met at a charity event. We were at Staples, I think, somewhere on Long Island.
Yes.
On Long Island, Staples. And you were singing, and we were doing a whole benefit to help raise money for children for back to school, those that couldn't afford backpacks, those that couldn't afford school supplies. And there you were singing. You were a cappella, you were singing with the music, but now you play the guitar and you play a couple instruments as well. You don't just need a band or a background. You participate yourself with the instruments, right?
Yes, it's been an incredible journey. And as you mentioned, it was so fun to meet you that day, and your personality really shined through. And it was so wonderful to connect with you and to be able to be in touch with you all these years later. Music definitely has been an incredible journey. It's given me freedom. I've evolved so much as an artist that when I was starting, I was doing a lot to background track recordings. And now I can accompany myself on guitar. I play some songs on piano as well. And it's just so much fun for me to keep learning as I'm going, because the more I create, the more I feel invested in what I'm doing. And it's just an incredible outcome.
Yeah.
I feel so independent. I just love that I can pretty much play anywhere. Obviously, I always prefer to have somebody to play with me if I have a certain show or a certain type of show. I'd like to give the audience the best representation possible of the music. But I also love to sing for people acoustic on the guitar and just be myself in the guitar and share the music with them directly. So I do love the opportunity to do that as well.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned something about being independent, but I want to bring that to a different realm of independence. You are happily married to your husband. How does he feel? You've toured around a lot. I've seen you. You've been to Nashville. You've been, in Tennessee and stuff. And you really have this great radio tour going, which we'll talk about in a second. But as far as independence, outside of being independent, you are happily married. How does your husband help you or promote you? Or does he ever give you a hard time when you're on the road?
You know what? It's an amazing thing. First of all, I write so many songs about him, so I think it helps. Good songs, of course. I feel like in any relationship, I feel like it's always amazing when the person that you're with really supports your vision and supports your dreams. And there's different ways your partner can do that. It can be picking up the slack while you're on the road. It can be making sure you have what you need when you're going away. There's so many different ways that your significant other can signal their support. And I'm very blessed that I have that. I will talk with my husband and I'll say, look, I really want to go to, I don't know, let's just use Nashville for an example, because I'm going to be going there in the next couple of months. And I'll tell him, I really want to do this trip. Can we do it on the calendar this month? Is it going to work for you? And we look at the schedule just like everybody else, and we see what we can handle, because he has his own business and we have to make sure that everything can run on its own. And it's always great when we do it together, because then when I'm out, I feel like all the things are in my favor, which is so important. Because you're already going into so much unknown. It's always great when you have the support from people who you love. So that's an amazing thing. I do write a lot of songs about him, so I think it's a trade-off. And he's always proud to tell people when he meets them that, my wife's a singer, you have to go check her out. And so he does come to my shows.
Oh, he does come to your shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great, excellent. Now, girl, if you had to teleport yourself somewhere, anywhere around the world to be performing live, where would you teleport yourself to right now?
That's a great question. And it's really difficult to answer because I want to get to so many places. I feel like more importantly than the geographic location is I want to get to the people who need the message, who need the healing from my music. And I want to connect with those as many of those people as I possibly can, starting with right here at home in New York. I want to go to the East Coast, the West Coast. I want to go everywhere in between. I did some European dates in April, and I'd love to go back to the UK and go visit those fans as well. But most recently, I've been really digging into my Canadian roots. Although I've spent 20 years, almost 20 years here in New York, making New York my home, my dream really did start in Montreal when I was a little girl. And getting the chance to go back home to Canada to play is really a full circle moment for me. And it's so meaningful. So I would love to, at one point, become a household name in my home country of Canada. That would be amazing.
They always say that too. Even though I'm a realtor, and they always say you want to be a household name in your hometown. That's how you really make it big. Because the people that knew you back when have all those stories, and you may, oh, I knew.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I should have asked you first.
Oh yeah, definitely. The people in your hometown will be like, I knew her when, this, that, and we'll be hearing stories about you. Now I know a secret story about you. Robbie, when I first interviewed you when we were at this tape, I said, do you have a little secret? And you're like, I love Scotch tape. Every time now, I'm always in Staples or Office Max, and I'm like, I'm always thinking of Robbie Harte when I think of Scotch tape. You love it, right?
I do. And it's so funny because I don't even have any right in front of me. I usually have it on my desk. Even when I'm doing interviews, I'm like picking at pieces of it. I do. I love Scotch tape. I really wish I could have a partnership with 3M and Scotch brand. I really do like Scotch brand, the 3M brand specifically. I always say like I'd love to have a partnership with Scotch. I don't mean the alcohol. I mean the Scotch tape. Yeah, I always find it so useful. I use it for so many things, but long before, fidget spinners and fidget putty came out, I had Scotch tape.
Hysterical. I love it. I have a little addiction to whiteout too. So I'm old school. Like my assistant is always sending me my stuff, right, Michelle, on Google Calendar and all stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, why can't I just go back to my black and white speckle notebook and my calendar? I always like calendars at Dollar Tree. And if they're not perfect or if my schedule changes, I have to white it out. I can't scratch it out or can't even do pencil and erase it. It has to be written, white it out, and then written. I'm just like a freak like that with my whiteout. So I totally get you on the Scotch tape.
I'm exactly like that though. Mine is the whiteout. Like I love to write things on paper. I feel like it's so cathartic. It's so healing. And I feel like when we write things down on paper, we make them happen.
Yeah.
I know a lot of my counterparts, like artists, songwriters, love to write on computers. I do it on occasion, but I really do prefer pen and paper or pencil and paper. I feel like
Me
there's
too.
something so magical that transpires between the pen, the pencil, and the paper. It's just so amazing.
I can't even get into Kindle, like the Kindle books, I like to swipe the paper and I'm old school too, Ravi. Oh my God. Now, quick question here. You could do a duet with anybody. Come on, give us the scoop. Who would it be?
I'd have to say Chris Stapleton.
Of course. Yeah, the big Chris. Who doesn't love Chris Stapleton?
Oh yeah. His music reaches me in the soul level, and it's just so amazing what his voice can do. I would love to hear our voices together. I mean, I hear them together all the time when I'm singing along with him to my radio. I don't think he's ever heard us sing together. So maybe that's something that he needs to get on his radar as well.
Yeah, I love Robbie. I love it. Now, quick, we have a couple more questions. I have back-to-back interviews all day today, and I'm so excited to have you and to share the world's info with you. But really quick, your website, your Facebook, where can everybody find you? Do you have an email that we can contact you if we want to have you as a guest on a podcast or a radio show?
Yes, thank you again so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. If you'd like to learn more about me or my music or my musical journey, you can head over to my website, which is www.robbieharte.com. That's ROBBIEHARTE.com. On my website, you'll find links to my music, my social media, and there is a contact link where you could get in touch with me. My email is info@robbieharte.com. And you can find my music on your favorite streaming platform. My artist name is Robbie Harte. make sure you go and give me a follow. And if you have a song that really resonated with you, let me know which one you loved and why.
Yeah, now your Christmas song. We are in the Christmas season, Robbie. This week is Thanksgiving.
I can't even believe
I
it.
I know it's going so fast, but I absolutely love your going home for Christmas song. You wrote that. That's a personal song that you wrote. Now, the majority of your music you write, right?
Yes. I've
Yeah.
written all the songs, either co-written them or written them myself. Yes. All of the songs that I write, not only do I write them myself, they're all things I've lived through. They're all experiences I've had. They're stories that I'm telling.
I love when we had you, Eddie and I, we did the Adventures of Eddie and Rocco, and we had a little show. We did a live stream of you singing, and you sang that country song. And I just, this time of year, Robbie, like I always go back to We Are the World, or I've got George Michael has, what's George Michael?
Last Christmas.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
Christmas. But, and now I added you to my list
Oh,
of,
thank you.
I did
That-
because I just love it. And you know what? When this interview comes out, I know for YouTube we can't play the song because it's a licensing, X.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have the editor somehow put your Christmas song in the comments.
Thank you.
Everybody can listen to it. I absolutely love it. Let's have a rendezvous moment, Robbie. Let me ask you this. Tell us something about you outside of the Scotch tape, outside of being married, outside of country music. Tell us something about you that nobody knows.
That's a really tough one because I am very private, but I also use a lot of my experiences to help other people.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that is known about me. Maybe what people don't know is that, this dream of mine was something that I always wanted to do. And although I talk about it, maybe I'll get a little bit more in depth here. I didn't believe in myself for a really long time. And like most people who have a dream and they want to do something special with their life, I didn't think that there was a place for somebody like me. I didn't think there was a platform for somebody like me at the time of my life I was in. And I think it's important to let people know that you can go out there and do anything. And I think people already know I'm a pretty big cheerleader for everybody. And I want to help people to get their dreams out there and live their best lives. But maybe what people didn't know was how much I didn't believe I deserved the chance to do it because people only see me succeeding. They only see me posting about all the amazing things I get to do. And at my own, I get to plan it all myself because I'm independent, right? So I get to choose where I play, I get to choose when I play, and people get to see a whole lot of that. But what they probably don't know is how hard it was to get myself out there. They don't know how hard it was for me to believe that I deserved a seat at the table. And I think that there are a lot of people who are out there and that don't believe that they are deserving of an opportunity or they don't think that they're good enough. And I want to let them know that they are good enough and they deserve it and they need to go out there, believe in themselves. And I'm cheering for them.
I know you are because I know we've had this personally, you and I have had this conversation before, but I get you 100%. We need to cheer on, every single person. And I love the fact that
Absolutely.
you spread that cheer, you spread that confidence, and you have that acceptance of every single part. There's just something special about you, Robbie. I'm
Thank
drawn
you.
to you. And I think a lot of other people are as well. So
Thank you.
let's tell everybody your links and where they can find you, and then go on with your tell us where we can find you on the radio, on Spotify, on all these great places.
So on Spotify's the new channel I'll be coming out with. I'm just kidding. Spotify, Amazon Music, and all of those sites. My artist name is Robbie Harte. And on social media, I'm at Robbie Harte Official, ROBBIEHARTE Official. So that's on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And go ahead and connect with me. I would love to hear from you and I would love to learn about your journey.
Can you do a little acapella for us or not right now?
You know what? I wish I could. I really do. I'm on a little bit of a vocal rest because I haven't been feeling great. I think you might have heard me coughing a little bit ago. I really wish I could because you had me very nostalgic with Home is Wherever You Are. It's so funny that you brought that up because that song came out right around Thanksgiving. And it was talking about me like missing my family back home in Canada and wondering what it would be like not being able to be with them for the holidays. And even though that was 5 years ago, that feeling is still so real. So you did really bring me back quite a while with that song.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago during the pandemic when we were all on lockdown, and I could just hit replay all day long because we were non-essential. I was considered non-essential. So I could just listen to you all day long, Robbie.
Thank you so much.
You're so beautiful and so wonderful, and I hope to have you on again.
Thank you. And next time I'll make a plan to sing for you and your audience.
Oh, I hope you do. I hope you do.
I would love to.
Thanks for coming, Robbie.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody listening.